Good morning, afternoon, or evening. How y'all doing today? Welcome back to Mr. Morrow's intensive math class. Today we're going to continue with measurements, guys. Please do not forget all of the measurement conversions that we have learned so far. Very important. We have a test coming up, so please don't forget it. In continuing with measurements, we're going to talk about something very useful and very simple today, and it's called perimeter. Okay, we're going to learn about the perimeters of rectangles and squares. Perimeter, simply put, guys, is the distance around any figure, or in other words, the sum of all sides. For example, let's say that you have, a room. Let's say the room goes like that, okay? And let's say that you want to start here and you want to find the perimeter. Well, you would literally walk all the way around the room. And that would be the perimeter. To find the perimeter, you find the sum of all of its sides. So let's say that from here to here is 10. From here to here, let's say, is 13. From here to here, let's say, is 4. From here to here, let's say, is 8. From here to here, let's say, is 4. And from here to here is 20. The perimeter of this figure would be 10 plus 12, which is 22, plus 4, which is 26, plus 8, which is 34, plus 4, which is 38, plus 20, which is 58 units. Whether that be feet, yards, etc., that will be determined later. Okay? So that is basically what perimeter is, the distance around any figure, the sum of any figure's sides. In particular today, we're going to learn about a rectangle and a square. A couple things about perimeters, about rectangles and squares. First of all, when you have a rectangle, please know that a rectangle is a four-sided figure where it has a length, or sometimes it's called base, B for base, and a width. This W is width, or sometimes it's called H for height. Okay? Now a rectangle. How do you know how to recognize a rectangle? A rectangle is a four-sided figure with four right angles. What's a right angle, you may say? A right angle is an angle that equals exactly 90 degrees. It is also a figure whose opposite sides are equal. So the widths will be equal and the lengths will be equal. Or the bases will be equal and the heights will be equal. So for rectangles, opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal. A square. Square and a rectangle are very similar, except they are different. A square is also a four-sided figure with four right angles. However, as you can see here, a square has just one label, S, for side. This S represents the side length. And the reason there's only one side length is because squares have all equal sides. So in a square, all sides are equal. Period. So that being said, guys, you could find the perimeter and length of a square and a rectangle a long way or a very easy way. The easy way is to learn the formulas for perimeter of both a rectangle and a square. The formula for the perimeter of a rectangle, if they give you a width and they give you a length, which they have to, it's literally perimeter equals 2 times the width plus 2 times the length. So for example, I give you this rectangle and I say the width is 5 and the length is 8. The perimeter will equal 2 times width plus 2 times length which will equal 10 plus 16, which is 26 units. The reason I put units is because I could have it in inches, squares, yards, miles, feet. Okay? As far as a square is concerned, the perimeter of a square is 4 times the side length because there are 4 equal sides. So if I were to give you a square and I tell you that one side is 8, for example, the perimeter would easily equal 4 times 8, which would be 32 units. Why units? Because I can make that inches, feet, square, yards, meters, centimeters, whatever I want. And literally, that's it. It's that simple. Now, can you count all of the sides and add them together? Sure, but that is very inefficient. And when you get deeper into algebra, you're not going to be able to count the values if, for example, I tell you that one of the sides is x plus 2 and the other one is x minus 5. You're going to have to actually solve the equation. So learning how to use this equation is not only important here, but it's important for algebra and also for geometry. Let's do some examples. Find the perimeter of each. Okay, first off, does that look like is that a rectangle or a square? Okay, so the formula for a rectangle is perimeter equals 2 times width plus 2 times length. So this perimeter will equal 2 times, what's the width? 1 plus 2 times, what's the length? 4. So what will my perimeter equal? 2 plus 8, which equals 10 what though? What are the units they're using here? Inches. So perimeter equals 10 inches. Does that make sense? All right. Next, what figure do I have here? How do you know it's a square? Because the sides are equal. Very good. The perimeter formula for square is perimeter equals 4 times s, where s is the side length. So in this case, perimeter equals 4 times 3. So perimeter equals 12. 12 what though? Yards. Very good, because that is the unit that they have given you. Awesome. Fantastic. Next. What shape do I have here? Rectangle. What is the formula for the perimeter of a rectangle? 2 times width plus length. Very good, son. So perimeter in this case will equal 2 times 2 plus 2 times 3. So what will my perimeter equal? Perimeter equals 4 plus 6. So perimeter equals 10 miles. Excellent, guys. Pretty simple, right? Okay, what's the shape that I gave you here next? A rectangle again. How do you know it's a rectangle and not a square? The sides are not equal, so therefore it cannot be a square. So, what's the formula for perimeter of a rectangle? 2 times width plus 2 times length. Very good. So perimeter equals 2 times 2 times 3 plus 2 times 2. Very good. So that is going to equal, perimeter will equal 6 plus, so perimeter equals 10 centimeters. Very good. Pretty simple, right? Just make sure you memorize the formulas. Yes, sir. I'm showing you perimeter of rectangle and of squares. Okay, if you have a three-dimensional figure, you don't have a perimeter there. What you have there is called surface area or volume. And we're not learning about surface area or volume. We're learning about perimeter. Just of a room as far as when you walk in a room, do you go up the walls and on the roof as well? Or do you walk around the floor of the room? That's why. Thank you, sir. Okay, so how about this figure? What kind of a figure is this right here? It is a square. How do you know? Sides are equal. Very good. What's the perimeter formula for a square? P equals 4 times S, the sides. So the perimeter here equals 4 times 1. So the perimeter equals 4 meters. Okay, what kind of a figure do I have here? Rectangle. What's the formula for the perimeter of a rectangle? Yeah? 2 times width plus? Excellent. So, perimeter equals, in this case, 2 times 4 plus 2 times 2. Very good. So, 8 plus 4. So, perimeter equals 12 feet. Gotta have the units, guys. Now, just to go back in the past, what if I said, now convert this perimeter to inches? What would that equal in inches? 12 inches in every foot. 12 times 12 is 144 inches. Very good. What if I told you, turn those 12 feet into yards? 4 yards. 12 divided by 3, because 3 feet in every yard. You're going small to large. You divide 3. 4 yards. Very good, gentlemen. Very good. Good boys. Okay. Kind of a figure do I have here? Square. So, perimeter equals? No. 4 times 4. Because remember, perimeter equals 4 times the side length. So 4 times 4 is 16. So perimeter equals 16 inches. What if I told you, how do I turn 16 inches into feet? Am I going small to large or large to small? So do I divide when I go small to large or multiply? Small to large, I divide. So 16 inches divided by 12. Okay? 12 goes into 16 one time, and 4 twelfths left over. So that would be 1 1/3 feet. These are the kind of things you have to learn and know and memorize, guys. You have to. How about here? What kind of a figure do I have here? Rectangle. What is the formula for the perimeter of a rectangle? Perimeter equals 2 times width plus 2 times length. Very good. So perimeter here equals 2 times 4 plus 2 times 3. Very good. So perimeter will equal 8 plus 6. So perimeter will equal 14 centimeters. Very good. And last but not least, what kind of a figure do I have here? How do I know it's a square? All sides are the same. Very good. So what is the formula for the perimeter of a square? 4 times S. Very good. So what is the perimeter here? 4 times 2. Very good. So the perimeter equals 8 what? Kilometers. Very good. Does that make sense, gentlemen? Any questions, gentlemen? Okay. Thank you very much. Hope you learned a lot. Have a wonderful day.